Hi guys, so I'm a little sick right now, but this is hold on. This is Enspellment 2 info guide. It's mainly just the info you need for the most part. So first of all, whenever you load in the game, you get this and the title screen. Yeah. So the UI right here is that Elements is basically magics. Wisps, I'll get to those later. Runes are not finished yet. Don't click on them. I'm literally clicking on them right now, but they're not doing anything. Weapons are just weapons. Shop should be implemented by the time this video comes out. Maybe not. I don't know. Daily rewards, yeah. Codes, and then there's this button that brings you to battle. Cool. Okay, and then there's the settings, and then the leaderboards right here. Okay, so elements. So basically, in this game, what you want to do is you want to pick one element. You start off with fire. I'm pretty sure you start off with fire and fire only. But you can buy the other ones with these things called shards, which you get from killing people and stuff. Mainly killing people, actually. And then these elements are basically like your main moves. You have like 5 moves with the said moveset, and they might go into each other, might not. It just depends on what type of element it is. Wisps are basically like buffs. They're like passive buffs. So, for example, Wisp of Intellect would buff your maximum mana by 20%. Wisp of Power buffs your actual damage by 10%. Wisp of Agility buffs your... Well, it gives you speed boost if you hit them. And Wisp Weaponry increased weapon damage but reduces elemental damage by 20%. So basically what Wisps are basically they're just buffs that you can equip at will. And I'll talk about this later in a second. But basically, they're just buffs in general. And you can equip a maximum of 2 at the start. I think, wait, is it a maximum of 2? I don't really know. But basically, yeah, you can do that. And then runes are implemented. Weapons. Now this is also part of your combat kit, which is basically, there's 3 weapons at the moment of this releasing, but this is basically 3 moves that help your magic combo into things. Like, okay, so if you've ever played Enspellment 1, which most of you probably have, basically this wasn't in the actual game, but it's been implemented now to like further advanced combos into actual combos instead of just magic spam over and over and over again. But yeah, there's 3 weapons you can pick from. You start off with sword, and then a spear and dagger, and anything else is a paid access. So yeah, shop isn't implemented. Daily reward. Hey guys, so editor me here. Shop was literally just implemented. So I'm gonna put some screenshots on screen right now. So yeah, my bad. Rewards, you just get rewards, shards, and experience for logging in. Yeah, and the codes is codes, and you get stuff from them. Yeah. Anyway, so after you do all this, then you want to, well, first of all, you want to adjust your settings and stuff just to make sure. But what you want to do is that you want to go to battle, and then you get spawned into a map like this. Now, the entire premise of the game is that it's a free-for-all. It's a free-for-all, basically magic and free-for-all fighting game, not magic and spellcasting. It's free-for-all fighting game. And basically, as you see, I have 8 moves. 5 on the left side and 3 on the right side. Those 5 moves on the left side are your magic moves, which is, well, your magic moves. Go figure. And then the 3 on the right, which actually require actual key inputs, you can change this in the keybinds, is your weapon moves, and then that's for your weapon only and stuff. And and you can hover your mouse over them to see what they do, but some of them do combo extend, so just keep that in mind. I think it should, yeah, no, it says for some of them that they allow follow-ups. But yeah, so basically that's pretty much all the UI done, and now there's the things to get to the basics. Okay, so basically the elements. So there is 4 of them right now at the releasing of this video, and they all play differently. It depends on your playstyle for the type of element you want to play. But you can use any weapon and element. You just can't use two elements at once, or 2 weapons at once. But basically, what it is that you have your magics, and they cost mana. You hold G to charge your mana, and then you hold F to block. Might sound like it's another game, but we don't talk about that game anymore. Anyway, so basically what you got here is that every single one of your moves take a certain amount of mana. The more deadly ones take more mana, or at least more beneficial ones. Like for example, this one takes 30% mana, but it makes your weapon hits do fire damage now. And then the fireball is the least costly because it's just a slow projectile that hits. But basically, yeah, they all range in mana cost. They all do have their own cooldown as well. But same thing with sword move. Another thing that I should mention is that in this game, if you are shift locked, things that you aim with your cursor will not aim normally until you unshift lock. So like I can aim upwards with that, but I can't aim upwards with it normally on shift lock. I'll show you that in a second after it goes off cooldown. I can't show that because if I do this and I aim up, that just goes forward. So if you want to aim upwards or downwards, then make sure to unshift lock and aim like that. Anyway, so and then same thing with blazing kick and all that stuff. But yeah, so basically, okay, so let's talk about the conditionals for some moves. Let me just transition again. Okay, so for some moves, there is conditionals for them, which is most likely highlighted in yellow. Mainly Earth has a lot of conditionals. That being, you have to cast them all on the ground. So for example, if I go up and I start clicking if I use my one skill, then it doesn't do anything. Why, you might ask? Because it's a conditional. It can only be casted on the ground. But if I use it on the ground now, then it works. Same thing with literally any Earth move. There's also the R skill on sword, which can only be used on ground as well. But the thing is that you can actually move stack it, and you can cast it on the ground, and then like a frame afterward, or you want to use it at the same time. But you can do this basically, and you can basically move stack moves while dashing in the air, which basically allows you to get some momentum toward your enemy when you're doing them, which works for any ground-based move or any ground required move, which Seismic Throw doesn't want to work right now, but like, it works with that as well. Just won't. Okay. You know, I give up on that. Okay. And then there's some other conditionals and stuff, but that's pretty much the basics for elements, and now I'm gonna go on to the other parts of the game now. So, epic transition again one more time. Let me just Okay, so you might notice that I'm on a different map than the desert map. That is because that this game has different types of maps, and basically, see this timer at the top? That means that you okay, yeah. So this timer at the top, whenever it hits 0, that means that the map changes, and there's, like I said, different maps that it can be. So basically, it can be any map that's in the rotation, but it just refreshes every 7 minutes ish. So keep that in mind. And some of them do have stage hazards, kind of like for this one has like a canyon where if you fall down you instantly die, so you can use that to your advantage. You can like grab somebody off, throw them right there. So yeah, just keep that in mind, I guess. And then there is one other thing that I need to talk about before we log off for today, and that is called level. And what level does is that it basically allows you to gain more wisp slots, at least at the moment. It might do more stuff later on, but for now it lets you gain more wisp slots for buffs and stuff. And how you get level exactly is that you have to kill people. And the amount of level depends on, I think it depends on if it's a kill streak or not. I'm unaware. But basically, whenever you kill somebody, you get experience. That experience allows you to go over to the Wisps tab. Let me just get over there. And then there's like, yeah, level 20, level 25, level 30, and then you can put more Wisps on. You can have a total of 5 Wisps, which is a interesting choice, I'm not even gonna lie, from the creator, but I won't complain. So yeah, there you have it. The most of the basics for Enspellment 2. So I hope you have fun. I hope you enjoyed the video and have fun spelling. Hi guys, so there's one last thing that I forgot to mention, and that's the fact that basically there's also moves that have guard breaks, and that's highlighted with a red flash. And again, that sounds like a certain other game, but we don't talk about that. Anyway, these red flash moves, basically what they do is that they will unblock somebody, but it technically does not guard break them. And what I mean by that is that it doesn't do damage through their guard unless they have low mana. So like if they can't block it fully, then it will do damage to them, but if they have like 100 mana, then it just ragdolls them. But that still allows you to combo with it. So yeah, just take this with what you will. I'm not putting this in the video anywhere else. Sorry. But like, I don't want to ruin my video again because I tried it last time and then I had to spend like 30 minutes rearranging everything. So anyway, okay, bye guys.
Elephant green screen effect.